So, hi everyone. Here today, the MosesKemibaro.com blog, with Joshua Moniki, who's the country manager for Mocality Kenya. And if you've been on my blog, probably around May, we had an interview with Joshua as well as Stefan Magdalinsky of Mocality. And at that time, they were still setting up, still growing the business. Back in September, the business expanded to having over 60,000 listings in the business directory from Nairobi. And I'm here with Joshua just to get an update of exactly where is Mocality today, and ultimately where they're going over the next 1 year. What's happening today at Mocality? Thanks for being on the show, Joshua.
Thanks, Moses. So Mocality today, proud to say that we are by far the country's largest directory, business directory, if I should be precise. I'm yet to see other directories of note other than business directories, but I don't want to discount things that probably might be happening under there. We've probably the most, not only the largest in terms of numbers, but in terms of the depth of the content and the quality. We also pride ourselves on being a pretty in-depth kind of directory. You can find quite a lot of information about business. We do feel that one of our USPs is probably the fact that business owners can take ownership of their business listings and actually decide what the public or what you and me get to see in terms of this is what we offer. Because on one end we know that directories, the old system is we say we come ask you for a few details and we scoot off and publish them.
Okay.
But in this century, I think it's best that people actually have the right to actually update, give more information, and actually interact with the people who are actually coming to look for information about their businesses. So a very proactive kind of directory will allow businesses to be very proactive in the way that they interact with their customers.
Okay. How many listings does Mocality have right now? This is around end of November. What are you looking at?
Well, we did slow down since we hit the 60,000 mark, and we actually changed tack. I think before the aim was to get a good data of businesses that we could actually say, at least 1 in 2 businesses in the city should be on Mocality. Right now, we are more or less doing a more qualitative push in terms of what we have. So we've just grown about 10,000 or so, which is not massive growth. Maybe for us, although for other people might look very massive, but for us, we think it's more of a steady, slow, steady, and just letting people. The good news that we have is that we've begun getting into other towns. Actually, in December, we begin our push into Mombasa.
So finally actually getting out of Nairobi.
Yes, getting out of Nairobi. So if you're on holiday in Mombasa over this festive period, I think you could possibly just give it a try. Might not be as populated as the Nairobi directory because we will be new and fresh off, but we will be beginning our steps. And for those of you people, your readers who've been actually using Locality, then they'll be able to actually see the kind of depth of information we get. So we're excited about the prospect of expanding into other cities in the country. It's pretty exciting.
Excellent. So it's good to hear that Mocality now is looking at a bigger reach in Nairobi. I think Nairobi was more of a pilot, more of a getting the directory moving, getting the processes going. One of our readers was asking, when is Mocality going to be looking at beyond Kenya? When is this going to happen? Because I imagine, now that Nairobi is working and now Mombasa is coming on, and possibly the rest of Kenya. What about the rest of Africa?
Okay, without giving too much away, because obviously this is part of business, but Mocality was not designed as a Kenyan project. Mocality was actually designed for the continent. So I think once we've made the case, and I think we've done that pretty well in the city, I think once we've made the case that this kind of thing works and that the use and need for this kind of business is paramount in this kind of environment, the African environment, then you can't say it's going to be too long before you see Mocality popping up in other continents, from Nigeria, South Africa. You'd look at basically the hotspots growing into East Africa, West Africa. So I would say probably within, in another one or 2 years, you'll be talking to us and you'll probably be hearing people talking about Nigeria in Uganda, Ghana, Nigeria. It's very plausible, and we are really working hard to just make sure that the experience in wherever we go, wherever we expand to, remains seamless, remains pretty good, it remains very relevant to the Africans out there.
Okay. I imagine Nigeria is a big priority market, 150 million odd people. So I'm sure that, I'm just going to speculate here, but I imagine that Nigeria is probably going to be one of your priority rollout markets.
Nigeria is definitely a market you have to look at. I wouldn't want to speak on behalf of the group because obviously we have people who would be looking at the different markets and making decisions on how to go into those markets. But I would say, I mean, if you look at Kenya, it's a good choice to be the pilot because we are the leaders, and I'm probably confident to say we are probably becoming quickly the leaders on the African continent in terms of where mobile and PC dev is going. And from that point of view, it does make sense to be here. But in terms of looking at just sheer numbers and sheer, I'd say, potential of our population, just even the way Nigerians are known to be very business oriented, then a business directory does make sense, especially in a sort of market like Nigeria, which if you go there and from experience, you'll see it's not a pretty easy way to know your way around, to find your way around. Then a directory that actually has mapping information, directions, phone numbers, would probably be very good there. So definitely, I would say that would be something that would almost be prioritized. But when, what time, where? I wish Stefan was here as our CEO. He'd probably be able to give you a more definitive answer.
Okay, thank you, Joshua. One other question I have for you is, I think you're probably aware that there's been a rollout of, I think, of over 10 Android phones in Kenya now. iPhone is still very rare, and then you still have Nokia, dominating in usage. What about the area of mobile apps? Because, in Kenya, I think right now we have over 8 million mobile subscribers who are actually online. Are you looking at mobile applications? Does Mocality do mobile applications as well?
Oh, definitely. I'd say that one of the things about Mocality that differentiates us from a lot of other business is we didn't build a PC platform and say, hey, let's make it mobile. We actually built a mobile platform and we are expanding it to PC.
So mobile first.
We went mobile first. We understand that the African market, our mobile phones are our PCs here, and we did build for PC a lot, and we have a lot of mobile applications right now. We have a lot of J2ME applications. If you went to Locality right now and you had a phone in Nokia or some of the other phones, you'd actually be able to download something on your phone and actually use a small little application for that. We've also got an iPhone application that we've been working on, released it, just about to release the update for the new iPhone rollouts, but that's for probably a very small segment of the market based on the phone usage. But obviously we see Android as being one of the big players going into the future, and that's one of the things we believe we will be one of the leaders in. We should soon be launching one of our Android applications, so for all the phones that are coming out on the Android-based OSs should be able to soon find that they'll be able to operate Mocality seamlessly through applications, and we will be constantly developing. We actually have quite a large team of developers on board Mocality whose main job is just to make sure that we get our tech right, and we get our tech right for this market. So I think this is definitely one space you should. I'm very excited about the Android. So I think we all are here at Locality.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Joshua, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we look forward to doing this next year.
Yeah.
When hopefully Locality will be Mombasa and maybe some other markets, and let's see how far this can go.
Asante sana wote.
Thank you.
Haya.
Welcome. Bye.